The FIFA World Cup is changing. Not a little, a lot. In 2026, we're getting the biggest World Cup in history. More teams, more matches, more countries, and a completely different tournament structure. Some people think it's great. Some people think FIFA just looked at a calculator and got excited. Either way, if you're planning to watch the 2026 World Cup, there are several new rules and changes you need to know. And one of them could help a team finish third in their group and still make a deep run.
Let's break it all down simply. First up, the biggest change of all, the 48-team World Cup. For over 20 years, the World Cup had 32 teams. Now, it has 48. That's an extra 16 countries getting a ticket to football's biggest party. In theory, this gives more nations a chance to compete. In practice, it means we'll see countries that have never played in a World Cup before. Good for underdog. Slightly terrifying for teams that thought qualifying was already easy.
Now here's where it gets interesting. The groups have changed. The old World Cup had 8 groups. The new one has 12 groups. Each group still contains 4 teams, and every team still plays 3 group stage matches. So if you're worried about learning a completely new system, don't be. The basics stay familiar. FIFA actually considered groups of 3 teams before changing its mind. Thankfully, because nothing says football drama like 2 teams knowing exactly what result they need before kickoff. But wait, the qualification rules are different. The best third place rule. Previously, only the top 2 teams from each group advanced. Simple, clean, easy. Not anymore. Now the top 2 teams from each group go through, but so do the 8 best third place teams. Read that again. You can finish third in your group and still reach the knockout stage. This sounds simple. It isn't, because now teams will be comparing their records against third place teams from completely different groups. 1 extra goal, 1 yellow card, 1 late mistake. Suddenly, you're flying home. Or you're in the knockout rounds. That's going to create some very strange group stage math. Next change, the round of 32. The old World Cup jumps straight into the round of 16. Not anymore. Now we get a brand new round of 32. That means twice as many knockout teams, twice as many elimination games, and twice as many opportunities for chaos. You know the type. A giant football nation slips up once, an underdog catches fire, and suddenly the entire bracket explodes. That's exactly what FIFA is hoping for. Now let's talk numbers. A lot more matches. The 2022 World Cup had 64 matches. The 2026 World Cup has 104. That's 40 extra games. 40! At this point, the World Cup isn't expanding. It's evolving into its own football universe. For fans, that's great. More football, more storylines, more drama. For players, maybe not so great. Because there's another consequence. The champion must work harder. In previous World Cups, finalists played 7 matches. Now, a team reaching the final can play 8. 1 extra game might not sound like much until you've spent a month sprinting against the best footballers on earth. Squad depth is going to matter more than ever. A team with 11 stars and no bench could run out of fuel fast. And finally, 3 host nations. For the first time ever, the World Cup will be hosted by 3 countries at the same time: the United States, Canada, and Mexico. That means massive travel distances, different stadiums, different climates, different conditions. One week, you could be playing in intense heat. The next, you're in a completely different environment. That's a challenge players have never faced on this scale. So, what does all of this mean? The 2026 World Cup isn't just a bigger version of the old tournament. It's a different tournament. More teams, more matches, more chances for underdogs, and more opportunities for complete chaos, which means the team that lifts the trophy might not simply be the most talented. it might be the team that survives the new format best. And honestly, that's what makes this World Cup so interesting. So here's the question. Will the expanded format create more unforgettable moments? Or will fans end up missing the old 32-team World Cup? Let me know what you think. And if you enjoy simple football explanations, subscribe to Crown Sports for more. New video every 2 days until the final.